So today's video is going to be about why every decision is also a rejection. Imagine you choose one university. When you choose a university to study, to pursue your undergraduation or your master's, you're basically rejecting the idea of studying in all other universities. When you choose one person to spend the rest of your life with, i.e. if you're marrying someone, you're rejecting the idea of spending the rest of your life with anyone else. If you choose a career to pursue, you're basically rejecting the idea to gain all the benefits from all other careers that you can possibly do. So we usually think about what we're getting and we rarely think about what we're losing. What we're not getting. So the question is, why does choosing something feel like you're losing something? Imagine if you took an entirely different life path 5 years ago. A different city, a different place, an entirely different group of friends. You would hardly be the same person you are right now. And at this moment, you cannot meet that version of you that you lost by making the decision you made 5 years ago. And we don't grieve these possibilities because that life could have been better than this. We grieve those possibilities because we'll never get to know what that could have been, how that life would have turned out. The hardest thing for me to do is choosing things, is decision making. It's very hard for me because it's easy to do something physically, and I feel like doing something mentally and having to decide about something is harder than doing something physically. So if I have to choose which restaurant I should be going this weekend with my family, I'm going to postpone it until the weekend arrives because it takes a lot of effort to think. And that is a luxury because when you have not made the decision, you have plenty of options available. But when you choose something, all the other doors closes. You have to go forward with it. And that is also a problem because you cannot live all the possibilities that you had. I think they call it opportunity cost because I remember studying that when I was 11th in economics. Either ways, when you get married, you're losing the opportunity to be free and look for more partners. When you choose a job, you're losing the opportunity to do every other job. When you choose to leave a place, when you choose to leave an apartment, you're basically missing out on the opportunity to stay. It sounds very simple and humble. It's a very obvious thing. It's common sense, right? But it is very interesting when you think deeper because every yes contains a lot of invisible no's. So when you have to say yes to working out every single day at 3 p.m., you're basically saying no to doom scrolling at 3 p.m. You're basically saying no to having lunch and having a deep sleep at 3 p.m. A decision that you make is not just creating a future, but it's also destroying a lot of futures, a lot of possibilities. As humans, we have no idea what we're rejecting. Because when you choose to reject an opportunity and go with another one, you do not get to realize or know which was a better option by experiencing it, because you're only going to experience one. You should have taken that decision. Your life would have been much better if you had done that, if you had done this. I feel like it's just a coping mechanism because eventually we don't know objectively which one was better. The alternative life, the life that you did not live, is just a fascination. It's not the reality. It's just an imagination that your mind is creating. Kierkegaard, who was a famous philosopher, saw the possibility itself as something that produced anxiety. So when you have infinite possibilities in front of you, when you have a lot of opportunities in front of you, you're confronted with what you could become, with what you could be in the future. So freedom to choose is not always very comforting. It's sometimes it's terrifying, because if you're free to choose, you have to live with what you chose. And you are the author of your own story. So maybe a lot of times we're not afraid of making decisions. We're just afraid of all the possibilities that we're missing out on when we make a decision. So I think sometimes regrets don't actually mean that we made the wrong decision. Sometimes it means that we should have cared more about that decision, or that decision mattered a lot to our life. Because we don't know if it was the right decision or the wrong decision, because we never got to experience the alternative decision that would have happened. Every time we have a lot of what ifs, and it's very interesting because we never got to know the other side of the story, and that is why it is interesting. You know, it creates this curiosity in the air. So I think that's a price that you have to pay for having an actual life rather than an imaginary life, because you can make the imaginary life as colorful as possible. You can make it as beautiful as you want, the way you want it, because you are getting to choose the twists and turns. But life, the actual life, is very unpredictable, and it's very twisty, and it has a lot of surprises. So eventually you'll have to choose one story, and that story will remain as your actual life. And if you would like to, you can create a million other stories in your imaginary world. Maybe a lot of lives are partly made with things it could have been. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.